Good afternoon, friends. Now we go through the continuation of development of financial system in India. 10th heading. 10th heading talks about credit rating agencies in India. What they do, they will give the rates, whether the securities are performing better, good, best. Like that the rating will be given. Based on the rating, the investors will invest the money. So here we will see that of late many credit rating agencies have been established. The main purpose of these credit rating agencies is to help investors to decide. So the aim of credit rating agencies is first to help the investors to decide where to invest, which companies to invest or which securities to invest, and next to protect them from risky ventures. Which are the companies which are in danger zone or the projects which are not going to give you any fruits, that will be highlighted by these credit rating agencies. Next, it increases the competition among the companies so that everyone tries to excel. This will also help the market. Next, credit rating agency or credit rating is mandatory. Mandatory means compulsory for all debt instruments. Next, for non-banking companies, suppose a company is a non-banking company, then if it is accepting deposits from the general public, then it has to go for credit rating. Next, credit rating for equity will come soon. Means right now for shares or equity shares there is no credit rating, but it will come soon. Right now the rating is compulsory for debt instruments like fixed deposits, debentures, preferred shares or even commercial papers. Next, some of the credit rating agencies right now existing in India is, first one is CRISIL. CRISIL is Credit Rating and Information Services in India. ICRA, Investment, Information and Credit Rating Agency of India Limited. Last, CARE, Credit Analysis and Research Limited. They also help these all three, CRISIL, ICRA and CARE. Like this, the financial credit rating agencies will help the financial system to get stabilized. And when it gets, how? By giving or supplying the vital information about the corporate customers, means companies. Next, 11th heading we will go through is multiplicity of financial instruments. So many financial instruments, how they have come up and how they have been innovated. So first thing is, expansion in the size of financial institution leads to expansion as well as number of financial institutions. जितने ज़्यादा financial institutions होंगे, जितने financial institutions का expansion होगा, उतने ज़्यादा financial instruments market में आएंगे. तो न्यू इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, इनोवेटिव स्कीम्स लाते हैं ना, जैसे कि LIC है, UTI बैंक है या पोस्टल सेविंग्स अकाउंट, बैंक अकाउंट है. So they will come up with new schemes, so new instruments will come. Examples we can take of and different shares and debentures also come in the market. National savings certificates or national savings schemes, as well as Indira Vikas Patrika. Like that the government will come up or postal department will come up with new innovative schemes. So innovative instruments will be available in the market. So the main purpose is here, different types of instruments will cater the different varied or diversified need of the investors. And that is how it is proving to be a healthy and vibrant financial system. Legislative support. What do you mean by legislative support? This is the last heading, 12th heading we can say. Legislative support, why and how it will help. So first thing is, when the financial system grows, along with it should be supported by legislation, proper legislation or regulation to regulate those activities. If that is there, then only the financial system will be healthy. Suitable legislations from time to time as per the financial system grows. These legislative measures have reorganized the financial system. ये legislative measures से क्या हो गया? Financial system फिर से reorganize हो गया and to a greater extent and have restored the confidence in the minds of the investing public. तो लीगल मेजर्स लेने से पब्लिक में कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ा. Now the Indian financial system is well supported by legislative measures then and there for proper growth and functioning. So there are many enactments that have come up, but out of that we'll discuss some very important of them. First one, Indian Companies Act. Earlier it is 1956, now it is 2013. Why Indian Companies Act? What it will do? Indian Companies Act 2013 will regulate the functioning of all the companies from birth to death, as well as it will protect the investors because the ownership and management is diversified in the company type of organization. Next, Capital Issues Control Act in 1947. Now this is replaced by SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. The main purpose here is to protect the interest of the investors by suitably regulating the dealings in the stock market and money market, so that efficient and fair dealing made possible. Now, in 1956, Securities Contract Regulation Act was passed, and the main purpose of this act was to avoid undesirable transactions in securities, as well as mainly to regulate the trading activities in the stock market. Trading means आज ही लेते हैं आज ही बेचते हैं, तो trading activities, and to see that only recognized stock exchanges function. And then some more enactments like MRTP Act, Monopolies Restrictive Trade Practices Act 1970. When the economic policy or economic system is working, this act will see that there is no concentration of economic power in the hands of few. Next, Law of Limitation, Indian Contract Act, we have seen 1872 earlier. Law of limitation is for 3 years. If you are giving money to someone, you can claim within 3 years, not beyond that. So Law of Limitation Act, Negotiable Instruments Act, that is promissory notes and bills of exchange. So and Stamp Act. So these are the other enactments that has come up to give more confidence to the public. And lastly, I want to say that to avoid the overlapping, there should be a classification of jurisdiction, what SEBI will do, what RBI will do. Like that, there should be jurisdiction, the scope has to be defined. For example, RBI takes over debt market, repo rates, etc. and SEBI will take care of shares or securities. Thank you.